Hey guys, we are back. Welcome to week 4 of it. What is this?
Yes.
Mummy's
Shit.
Mask. Yeah.
Did you forget which game we were playing?
Yes, I did. I'm sorry. Oh,
This is the
God.
one where you let the anti-paladin in, right?
Yeah, that
Yeah,
one.
that one. He's not the
Oh,
anti-paladin yet.
Awesome. We're off to a good start tonight. Yeah. We're just gonna jump in here. I am, as always, Arthur Perkins. Welcome back, Mummy's Mask. James, how are you doing this week?
Good. Low blood sugar.
Low
But
blood
good.
sugar. That's bad. Chocolate?
No.
Yum yum beans? All right.
No. Other than that, that's about it.
All right, cool.
I
That's good.
get angry when I get hungry.
All right. Sorry we missed Deadlands last night. That
Yeah.
sucked. My car is still in the shop.
It happens.
I wanted to punch a wall. Jim, how are you doing? I know you're fucking hype because you send hype emails and then you hype up the Skype and you hype tweet. I know that you happen to like playing Mummy's Mask.
I do, but of course the hype tweets, let's see, if I've got my stream correct, James should be here relative to me.
Yeah, he's directly above you.
I was
Of course
responding
I am.
to James, starting the hype chain, I just escalated.
And proliferated.
Amazing.
Anyway, no, I'm doing great. I finished my grading this afternoon, and I have a lovely 3-day weekend ahead, and then I start a new class on Monday, which, appropriately enough, given that Esh is a witch, is called Magic and Witchcraft in Early Modern Europe.
We have a chat quest about hypes that aren't about barbecue hyping. As you may have known, I have been talking about doing a cooking show, and I just propaned up my grill, and I have some Corky's barbecue ribs sitting in my freezer. We might be doing live tweeting some cooking there, maybe doing some Twitch cooking.
Oh,
Figuring
yeah.
out how to make it gaming related.
I mean, you can level your cooking skill, right?
Oh man, my cooking skill is already over 9,000. Like, if there was a scale of 0 to 100, my cooking skill would literally be 9,001.
Just
Jeff,
over.
speaking of World of Warcraft, how are you?
I'm good.
I figured.
Brilliant.
What's wrong
I have
with World of Warcraft?
I have heard, and I saw a chart for this. Warlords of Draenor brought back more subscribers than ever. They reached a new peak. And then as soon as people reached those peak, they lost more subscribers than ever.
It dropped.
It literally was like a woo!
Welcome
like
to the
that-
yo-yo of a 10-year-old game, my friend.
Yeah.
That mountain climber from Price is Right.
But the funny part is, it's stabilized at 10 million. So, given they peaked at 12, they were at a low like 6 months ago of 6.3 million. They can't be doing that bad,
Oh man, Blizzard's just fucking rolling in cash.
right?
I would love for them
Hang
to
on,
sponsor this
let's
show.
do the math right now. 10 million times $15 a month.
They made
Yeah.
back their full investment on World of Warcraft in like 3 months after
Yeah.
the game launched.
Dude,
Now they're
when
like
the game
rolling
first
in
launched
buy
in
a horse
04,
for $50.
yeah, when the game first launched in 04, they were not expecting the game to do what it did in the first months. It was ridiculous.
Telling you, they need to make Universe of StarCraft. I would fucking jump on that shit. I don't even like MMOs, but I would play Universe of StarCraft just so I could be a siege tank. All right, Jeff, we're prepared for you to either die or fall tonight. That seems to be the 2 default settings you're moving towards every night.
Whoa. Death,
It's like there's a
fall,
doomsday.
same
There's 2
difference.
doomsday clocks right next to each other, and the question is which one's going to tick off first.
right? Or do they tick down simultaneously? And as I
The
fall,
death
I
clock
die?
is ticking quite quickly for all of us, but never quite hits the end.
Somehow we managed to get over and hit the snooze button and reset.
Yeah. In fact,
It's usually Venny. Then he just sneaks in your room and hits the snooze while you guys are all out. One is called the Dan clock. Holy fuck.
Oh, man.
Shots fired. Shots fired again.
He's not even here. Well, I don't know if he's here, but
He's here in spirit.
yeah. Well,
Here in spirit.
he's always somewhere in spirit because he's always get killed.
Shots fired again, man. Seriously, the cops are being called to 2 different blocks at the same time.
I didn't start this.
Mike, how are you doing today?
I'm swell.
Excellent. Anything else to update us on?
Job continues, life goes on.
All right, excellent.
Yeah.
I know there was some concern as to whether or not you could make this game regularly with the new job, so I say this knowing that in the future you may reverse your decision, but I'm glad to see you back.
Why, thank you.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. So, tonight's show is not sponsored by Blizzard, even though I want it to be. Tonight's show is sponsored by Beards.
Glorious, glorious
They
beards.
grow on my face extremely slowly. And also haircuts. Because I got my hair cut.
Do they grow on you extremely slowly?
Well, I wish it didn't, but, you know, I just wanted to stay like this forever. Long hair is messy. You know, normally I would do a previous episode thing, but I think I'm going to rely on the players to see if they can tell me what happened last time.
We nearly died to a swarm.
Yeah.
And
Previously
bravely
on Mummy's
ran
Mask.
away.
That's like the 4th time we nearly died last time.
The
Well, no. I
previously
was
on Mummy's
recapping
Mask would
the
just be
last 5
one shrill
seconds.
scream.
Wouldn't be wrong.
No, it wouldn't.
What? I don't
Although,
even
actually,
remember this.
Last time went fairly well until the swarm came.
No, there was the giant, because we went to the House of Pantheru, and the first thing we did was found that giant centipede that nearly murdered the entire party.
That was
Because you were
Like,
compelled to move
anything
on
was
from a haunt.
Yeah, that was because somebody ran over there. Not gonna.
No,
point
that
fingers
was
or-
Wasn't a choice.
That was the second near death, was the haunt. The first one was the giant centipede.
No, because there was
There
the
was a haunt
right
at the front
gate
door,
that
Yeah.
that I
which
failed
caused
my
him to
will
run into
save.
the
That
centipede.
I ran to the centipede. It was glorious.
And then we went in then we went in the house proper where there was another haunt and a bunch of skeletons that caused me to run
Multiple
in fear
haunts.
into a second haunt, chain reaction haunt triggering, which was catastrophic. And that almost killed
By
us.
the way, how's that disease?
Yeah, we'll get to that in a moment when we get to the further in my notes.
I think that I still
Because
need,
I have 2 of
I
those.
still need to do the previouslys because we're jumping all over the place. Everyone's like, "Oh yeah, well fuck you. That bad thing happened to you," and everyone's like, "No, remember that happened to you."
It's all just a haze of terrible things punctuated by screaming and
I
blood.
love the Sand Medusa thing that was yet a third haunt, and then there was the swarm that nearly killed us because nobody could deal with it.
Actually, the Sand Medusa was just a Sandman.
It was just.
And we didn't manage to destroy that thing.
Bum
as far
bum
as
bum
we can tell.
bum.
It's
Oh
still
yeah,
around.
no, he's still alive and mad.
Well, tell him to bring his happy ass back out so we can finish the deal.
The Sandman.
Sing me a song.
Ba, 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 ba. Okay, so at the peak end of last episode, Benny, what the hell did you have those counters on for?
I believe that's poison.
Oh, damn. Well, you know what? I forgot what poison you guys had, so...
That's okay.
You know
By
what?
now,
It's from the
probably been
scarabs,
drained
isn't
out
it?
of me.
It's scarab poison.
I think it's gone though. Like we had to run it back and recuperate again, didn't we?
Yeah,
Is the
maybe.
scarab poison, or is it the filth fever? Because we both have green dots.
Oh,
Yeah, it's the
maybe
filth
that's
fever.
what it was.
That's what it is. Thank you for reminding me.
That's what that is.
That onsets in one day and have 1 token.
Yep.
Mind fire.
All right, so we're mostly caught up here. There was a bunch of haunts. Next time, I am going to do a previously just to make sure everything's organized and, more importantly, in the correct chronological order rather than just talking about all of the near deaths. But as noted, Esh has the disease known as Mind Fire, which will slowly burn out her intelligence score until she can no longer cast spells and die. And she also has Filth Fever, as does Venny, which will slowly, or actually not so slowly, destroy their ability to live, and then they'll die. So, if I recall, you guys used a giant pile of grenades and oil, which cost more than most families need to feed their
Children.
feed a family of 4 for an entire month. So
It would have been glorious had
you
Vinny
unfortunately
not
dropped
missed,
it in front of yourselves and set yourselves on fire.
but it could have been oh so glorious.
Oh yeah, it could have been fantastic.
Oh, it
would
was
have been a ton of
glorious.
damage.
And we're gonna try it again.
Sure.
You're gonna try it again.
So
In about 2 weeks.
I think you guys, it doesn't matter which direction you go, you just go running through the streets. And as you do, there's all this talk about street thugs in Wadi. Everyone's like, oh my gosh, did they just get beat up? People are like, those look like adventurers. And everybody else is like, what if it was a pack of ghouls? And everyone's just like pointing at you and just, oh, look at them. And then someone says, isn't that the Platinum Reclamation? And it's like, oh yeah, it is. And they're like, what the hell beat up them?
Well, it's not the first time we've come running back to town.
Yes,
Beaten
but
and
this
battered.
particular one is spreading
I'm back.
fear.
Battered and bruised and looking completely badass.
Fear will keep them in line. Fear of this battle station. So where are you guys going during this, very embarrassing hushed whispers?
Well, I believe I have 2 friends who need the assistance of the priests at the church. Because I can't remove disease. I don't think Groot or Deeproot can remove disease. So I think we need our priestly friends.
That sounds like a good idea.
I don't really want my brain eaten. It would be very unpleasant.
So, is that the general consensus? Are we gonna go save our asses again?
I don't know how to make it clearer that I don't want my brain eaten. It would be very unpleasant.
Yeah, Venny will go with you. Definitely will.
And what about Deproot?
What about him?
Are you going with, or are you going off on your own?
Oh, yeah. He's totally following the group.
So to the church of save the people with the diseases.
Yes.
Which church is that? Do you have a
Well,
particular faith you'd like to go to?
we do kind of already have a dialogue with the Church of Abadar, don't we?
We do. We also have the one where they took our gold and the one that you decided to tip someone an entire plat.
Phrasma.
Phrasma, yeah.
That's
They
the
all like money.
common faith here in Wadi, even if they follow one of these lesser junior gods.
There are plenty of shrines to the old gods. The Osirian old gods, just in case you were wondering.
I certainly would recommend that, but I don't think the rest of the party would go along with it.
You may have to pray for a long time to get any healing there.
Wow. Shots fired.
Shots fired.
Yeah. I think I hear the cops pulling up already on that one.
Jeez. Venny's going to whatever's closest. He wants
Whatever's
to get rid of this grossness that's on him. So we come back from...
Well, the Grand Mausoleum is right next door to the necropolis, so...
Perfect.
Pharasma. Okay, when you get there, there are 2 young women who are guarding the front door with their maces and their, like, kind of Egyptian-looking white silk clothing with some, like, cottony hoods over their head. And they're just like, "What is your business here?"
I need healing. I'm sick.
We do not provide healing at this time of day. Come back later when the priests are prepared to channel energy.
Eh,
It is my understanding that you worship at dawn. Is that correct?
They kind of look at each other and they're like, "Our priests choose to worship when they wish. Pharasma is a god of many times. Death comes to us all at some point."
Why was I thinking of?
That's Sarenrae.
Yeah,
The dawn flower.
Yes.
yeah.
Must
I
be
was
the brain
totally
fever.
thinking about the dawn flower.
I'm
And
sure it's just the mind fire burning
Yeah.
away your ability to think.
Yeah. Clearly.
Pharasma, Sarenrae, they're all Greek to me.
They're all young gods for you. It
Exactly.
makes no difference.
Pharasma predates the Osirian gods. She wasn't a major god, but she was a god. Actually, so was Sarenrae. She was an imperial lord. Yeah, so, I
Yeah.
mean, they're just, like, blocking you from entering. They're like, "Come back later. We have the free healing when the priests come out."
Venny will go on to the next one.
Go on to the next one, what?
Next closest church that might be able to
Okay,
help us.
the Church of Abadar has a very long line outside of it where people are lining up to do their banking.
I drag them to the front of the line and see if I can find my friend who
Oh.
helped me last time.
Okay, why don't you make a charisma check? Roll a d20 plus your Ka modifier.
Gotcha. First roll of the session, come on.
He rolls a 1.
Don't set the tone improperly.
The tone.
Don't you curse me with that juju, Ricky Bobby. Don't you do it.
Don't you
Oh no.
forget
Look what you
about
did.
me. Yes, the tone is set!
Oh man.
All right.
Thanks, Arthur. Just what I needed.
You don't recognize anybody here, and when you try to cut forward in the line, like 2 paladins of Abadar in like shining lacquered golden plate
Cool.
are
Now I
like,
can actually
"Sir,
use
we
my
need you to
info.
move to the back of the line. There's a reason that we have rules."
Gentlemen, don't you recognize me as a fellow paladin? I'll follow up my natural 1 with a natural 20.
All right, so they're like, our apologies, brother. It's
I'm
the
not-
company that you're keeping. We mistook you for but a simple street rat.
My friends are sick. We have just come back, but they are in dire need of healing, of which I cannot provide.
So the interesting thing is, normally the answer to this would be no, but your words are so convincing to them. They're like, "Very well. We would not turn away a brother paladin or his retainers. Please
I need
step
to
inside, and I will have the high priest prepare spells of healing."
Thank you very much.
Okay, so they take you like through the bank vault that is the majority of the Temple of Adadar, back
'Cause
into the like
bank.
healing area. And you know, it's very small, but it's all very orderly. Everything is call it.
Organized.
Yeah, it's not particularly, or it doesn't look like the normal healing areas you would go to in, let's say, a Temple of Desna. Might look like an ER, you know, with like just curtains hung up and things are very chaotic and people are coming in and out. But in here, we've got like everyone's got an individualized exam room where they take you to. It's all very peaceful and quiet and orderly. Yeah. So they put the 4 of you in like a very large-sized exam room for like group examinations for corporate events, of course. You know, like when you need a whole bunch of employees to take a medical exam, or workers
Simultaneously.
on the Mamiya line all get like diseased.
Yeah. Some VD screening after a trip to Katapesh.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, and
You've been here before.
after a short time, someone, an elderly man, he looks kind of like James Caan, wearing glasses and like a lab coat, which is very unusual. But he's still got the holy symbol of Abadar around his throat. But he looks more like an actual professional medical doctor than a
Priest.
healer. And he's like, "Ah, yes, I see that the patients are here. What exactly is the issues that I can help you with? My name is Priest Holnock. I am here on visiting sabbatical from Ustalav."
Oh. Ustalav, eh?
Yeah, Ustalav. You know of it. It is a great country.
It is my home.
He's like, "Oh, yeah, you know the Ustalavian anthem? We will never surrender. The whispering tyrant is dead. We shall fart on his face. He is in disgrace. Ustalav, Ustalav, Ustalav." He's like
Nice.
dancing to it, seeing if you'll dance along.
Yeah, a little bit, but then I'll almost crumple to the floor. I'll be like, it
He's
hurts
like,
so
"Oh,
much.
yeah, you seem to have some symptoms there. Why don't you tell me what you are experiencing?"
What is he experiencing right now with the filth fever setting in?
Extremely high. Well, your filth fever is delayed, right?
It's still like I've just got bites, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You've
Yeah.
got like dozens of scarab bites.
It hurts when I go like this, and then I'll just look at him.
He's just like, "Oh, yeah, perhaps I should take a closer examination." And the rest of your friends, they all have this as well?
Not
I
I.
don't know.
I'm suffering from this, and I self-diagnosed myself. I'm also suffering from what do you call it? Mind fire. Can you help me, please?
He's like,
Please?
"Oh, yeah, you also have a degree in medicine?"
No.
Say yes.
I took some classes at the community college.
I know how to
He's
carve
like,
a turkey.
"How
Man.
did you self-diagnose if you are not a medical professional?"
I have some experience. Again, took some classes at the community college.
He's like, "Excuse me, young man, but I am talking to the lady."
I am familiar with anatomy
He's like,
and cadavers.
"Oh, you are a mortician. Haha, now I understand. Yes,
Something like
yes.
that.
Of course you have your medical credentials with you then."
Yes. I hand him. I pull out the poppet.
He's like, "Oh, yes, of course."
Uh,
He's like, "You are aware
Put it
that
away.
I am a priest of Abadar, of course, and that this is a vile instrument of necromancy made out of human skin. I'll be taking this with me for proper disposal."
No, puppet. No. I put it away.
No, he literally has it now. You gave it to him.
No, I pulled it out and showed him.
Oh, well, then, yeah, he's like, "Well, I'm afraid I cannot treat you until that is destroyed. What you are carrying there is very evil."
Ah. Ah. It's not. It was a gift just given to me as a little girl.
He's like, "Well, I can see now why you have filth fever and the mind fire. I am sorry, that was very unprofessional of me. Still, that is a very dangerous tool to give to a young woman. Why don't you let me take care of it for you? You don't need it anymore. It is a filthy tool of vile necromancy. I am afraid that the policies of the Temple of Abadar are to refuse you service as long as you carry such a thing within our temple."
I will not carry it in the temple anymore.
He's like, "That sounds like a very good way to get around our rules, but I happen to know that you have it.
No, I will go take it outside with me and leave it safekeeping.
He's like, that again, that sounds like a way to get around the rules. But I still know